Alright, what's going on, guys? I recently came across a few additional pieces for my Wizkids Pirates poster collection. So at this point, I have examples from every single set, including the Davy Jones Curse, or the Quest for Davy Jones Gold, excuse me, board game, as well as the SOE, the Sony Online version of Pirates. So some of these are 11 by 17, some of these are 17 by 22, and some are 8.5 by 11. So a couple different variations that we'll go through. So up on the wall currently, we have the Pirates of the Spanish Main. This is the original poster, so this is kind of the primary advertisement for this set. Although, as we'll cover a little later on, there are multiple different variations. We have Revolution in, this is in 8.5 by 11, as well as Crimson Coast here in 17 by 22. The Crimson Coast, I think, is a really spectacular one. The kind of split between the text box, the artwork, the cards, I think it just looks really nice. Barbary Coast, got this one out of a trade. Really a pretty neat one, I think, as well. We've got the South China Seas 17 by 22 with the Pirates of Davy Jones Curse 8.5 by 11 above, and then a Fire and Steel 17 by 22. Moving down to some that I have not yet had the opportunity to hang yet, and most of these are in the incorrect size posters, or frames, excuse me, just to keep them flat, keep them safe for now. We have a couple of different Ocean's Edge here. These are actually two different sides of the same advertisement. This is a 2-page advertisement, 2 full page out of a magazine for Ocean's Edge that I think is really cool. I'd like to find 2 copies of the same size so that I can frame them appropriately in a 17 by 22 frame. But these are really cool, I think, and these were a pretty good find, pretty hard to find as well. I mentioned that this Spanish Main poster is the primary, kind of the main advertisement from 2004. Was the original actual, I think, date on this one, 2004. However, there's a couple different variations here. So there is the Approved Play, which is a different kind of advertisement from a similar time frame. So this is kind of talking about tournaments, league play, September through October, and is also from 2004, according to the poster. Really neat one from a specific event. I've never seen another copy of this one. I also have this one here in an odd size. I don't remember the exact dimensions, but it is a little bit of a strange one. That might be 8.5 by 17 now that I look at it. But anyway, that is a UK specific poster that is also referencing game days. In addition to that, I actually have the most recent addition to the collection here, the last one I needed to finish out the set, which is the Disney Pirates of the Caribbean set. Pretty cool poster. I was pretty geeked to find this one, of course, from the Pirates of the Caribbean pocket model crossover. So neat one there. I have an example of the 17 by 22 Revolution, Pirates of the Revolution poster. An additional 8.5 by 11 Revolution here, 8.5 by 11 Crimson Coast, a different 8.5 by 11 Spanish Main. So this original poster up here for Spanish Main was also printed in 8.5 by 11. I have a few examples of that not framed. So all in all, actually have 4 different Spanish Main posters, but this one, interestingly, is specifically for the, I believe it's the role play book, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So that's a pretty interesting one that has some different companies on there as well. We've got the Quest for Davy Jones Gold, 8.5 by 11. And then over here in this frame, rounding out the collection, we have the Mysterious Islands, which is a really cool one. Savage Shores, which I wasn't aware that there was a Savage Shores. As I've been collecting these, I really wasn't expecting there to be a Savage Shores poster, just due to the timing of the launch of Savage Shores and with Wizkids being bought out and shut down. Wasn't sure there'd be any advertisement. It was a cool one to find, and I was super excited to find it. It, of course, has the new Pirates of the Cursed Seas logo that they changed for Savage Shores. But it's certainly not a great poster or artwork compared to the rest of them with the colors. Really pretty bland, just kind of this piece of parchment on white background. I'll be curious as I continue hunting if I come across more of these or different variations. I think it would be pretty neat if there were one that has the kind of proposed pack art. Of course, they never made Savage Shores packs, but on the boxes here you can see a little bit. There was pack art designed, and that's of course the art that they blew up for the box. So I'll be curious to see if I can find any of those, but at least for now this is still a pretty cool one to have in the collection that I'd never seen. We have the Pirates Constructible Strategy Game Online poster, and then I have an 8.5 by 11 Rise of the Fiends. So would love to find some of these that I have in 8.5 by 11 in the full-size 17 by 22. The 17 by 22 is a really cool format, I think. They display pretty well. Obviously, of course, it takes up a lot of space. I have a whole wall dedicated to them, but the art really pops. Some of the colors I think look fantastic. I do have a variety of other articles and some other advertisements, like I mentioned, some duplicates and things that aren't framed yet, but eventually I'd like to get them all framed. The last one that I have that is the official Wizkids to round it out is the Frozen North here in 8.5 by 11. This one is a really cool concept, but this is a super dark print. If you bring this down here, even into the light, the colors are just really dark, really dull matte printing compared to the rest. So I'd be curious to find this one in the 17 by 22 as well, to see if it's a little glossier and how that print kind of looks, but still a neat one to have. And then the last, I guess, kind of tangential, there are in some other frames back here some different Star Wars posters from the Star Wars Pocket Model game, as well as a few Rocket Men. Some really cool ones, I think, but not, of course, Pirates related. And then up here, of course, tangential, not official Wizkids, but I do have a Pirates with Ben framed uncut sheet of Pirates of the Golden Seas, which is a really cool thing, I think. You can see a variety of the different ships in the set. Really cool to see cards laid out like this. And then I don't have it framed yet, and unfortunately the corners are clipped, so it's not a regular size, but I also have an uncut piece of styrene that is the Cursed Mega Pack. So this is, of course, printed on both sides with the front and back of the cards. So these are both, I think, really cool pieces in the collection that are obviously not official Wizkids. They're tangential, but I still think they're really, really cool. So this is my full collection. Of course, everything framed right now. Like I said, always on the hunt for more of the 17 by 22s. I'd really like to get the Mysterious Islands, Frozen North, Rise of the Fiends in the 17 by 22. So for now, I'll keep looking, but I'm really pretty happy with what I've got and how far I've come. This has taken, I started collecting these in 2019. And the first one that I got was the Fire and Steel. I've actually had, I think, 5 or 6 copies of the Fire and Steel in the time, and traded several of them. There's a duplicate back there, actually, that's backward. Actually, I'll show just for the sake of it. The back of each of the set posters, whether it's Revolutions, Barbary Coast, Fire and Steel, you name it, is essentially just an advertisement for either the packs, the value boxes, or the 36 count display. So it's just broken down. Pretty neat. Lists some different pricing information, dimensions, etc. And now that I've moved this one, you can see the Rocket Men here, Battle of Titans poster. So I'd like to find the poster for the other Rocket Men set, but I've never seen one. Also never seen a print advertisement for one. So for now, I'll keep hunting, but definitely I have examples of every set, which is pretty cool in my book. So thanks for watching.